Everybody, it's Divine Readings with the Gypsy, and I have a birthday deck haul for you. Oh my god, I haven't done a deck haul in like forever. I don't think I really even had an official deck haul, but this is my birthday deck haul. Oh my god! This is all the cards that I got for my birthday, and I'm not going to go into depth in any of these cards because I haven't worked with them yet. But I just kind of wanted to show you my first impressions, or talk about some of my first impressions about some of these decks that I've acquired during the few days of my birthday. Oh, yay, I'm so excited. My birthday was Thursday, and today is Sunday. Just to kind of let you know that I had a few days just to kind of sit down and flip through the cards. I didn't really actually use many of them. I've used, what is it, the Epic Tarot, but I did not really use any of the actual decks. There, I should have at least left the box for the Epic Tarot out so people could see. The first deck I have here is the Good Tarot. I did shuffle it. I actually seen this deck go around online a few times through Kelly through Truth and Story. I think even Two Spirit had a nice cute little flip through of this deck. It's actually kind of funny, everybody. I am a sucker for collage decks. I hate collage decks and photo manipulated decks, but I am a sucker on buying collage and photo manipulated decks. I actually love her. She is so awesome being the Queen of Swords. And I just kind of like the simple imagery of this deck. That was another thing that really attracted to me this deck, is that yes, it's a collage deck, but it's kind of simple. You could actually really work with more of the pips and less into Rider-Waite-Smith meanings, which I usually do anyways. As far as the guidebook goes, I don't usually read guidebooks, so this kind of might be chucked into my bookshelf. However, I might flip through it just kind of as a coffee reader kind of thing, just to see what she says about it. Oh, this was an awesome Six of Earth. I really liked this card. I really liked a lot of these cards, and they drive very well with my intuition. And yes, there might be some images like I wish the moon was a little bit more Rider-Waite-Smith, meaning mooned, and there were some cards that I kind of wish that were better in that way. But for the most part, I really am blown away by the imagery, the card stock, and the backs. I love the simple backs. This is like one of my favorite backs of all time. I've been seeing this deck float around Instagram like crazy, and I had to have it. I love the Good Tarot. It's actually pretty good. So there you go. No pun intended. My next deck is a Native American deck. And it's actually a Native American deck that's been on my wish list for a little bit. I am on a Native American deck tangent. I don't know if I talk about this enough on my channel, but the reason why I do collect Native American decks or Native American style decks is because my husband is really much into the Native American traditions and Native American styles. I very much appreciate the indigenous cultures. I love this deck because it was yet another collage deck, Sucker Punch. Ugh. But it was the images again, the keywords actually was really good. I'm not very much of an oracle person, but the keywords were good. The images were good. But unlike the Good Tarot, where I would probably put the guidebook on the bookshelf and never see it again, this one I would read the guidebook to, and I've actually been wanting to read the guidebook too because I wanted to read what Denise Linn had to say. She seems to be very knowledgeable in the ways of esoteric studies and culture. So I'm actually very, very interested in working with this deck a lot more than just flipping through, but I've just been kind of flipping through and maybe drawing a card or something, but I'm not very... I haven't warmed up to the Oracle system yet. If it was a tarot deck, I probably would have immediately scooped it up, but it was an Oracle deck. Okay. The Epic Tarot. Oh my god. This one actually surprised me. I'll tell you why. Because this one is a low Scarabeo deck, and if you know, I want to talk about this card for a second, but I'll pause here. I love low Scarabeo decks, but I do find that low Scarabeo cards kind of beat to their own drum. I do find that this deck really surprised me because for a low Scarabeo deck that's supposed to be to his own drum, it actually has a lot of good Rider-Waite-Smith goodnesses in it versus the Native American tarot that I have that beats to its own drum. What else I have is low Scarabeo that I know that beats to its own drum. I have a few other decks that are not coming to mind. Oh yeah, the Royal Dark Tarot. That's another good tarot deck that I love to work with from Low Scarabeo. But it beats to its own rhythm too. And I really enjoy this deck because it has all the good Rider-Waite-Smith meanings to it. I actually want to talk about this card, and let me see if I can find the Two of Swords real quick. And then another thing about this deck too is I really do enjoy the Divine Masculine in this deck. I haven't found too many decks that really explore upon the Divine Masculine. Okay, this is what I wanted to talk about just briefly with this deck. The only complaint I have of this deck is in first impressions, I see this image as the Two of Swords when it's the Three of Swords. And I see this image as the Three of Swords when it's the Two of Swords. So I kind of wished that they were kind of flip-flopped, but the energies are still there. So it's not like the energies are not there. The Two of Swords are here and the Three of Swords are here. But I kind of wish that, numerologically speaking, they would flip-flop the numbers. Maybe I'll get my Dymo Maker and put a 2 up here and a 3 up here. I don't know yet. I'll have to play with that idea. But other than that, this deck is actually really surprisingly good for a Divine Masculine energy. I really enjoy working with this deck. I'm probably going to do a walkthrough of this later and talk about some of the energies and some of the things that I do like and some of the things I don't like. But for the most part, I can't really find too many things that I don't like. For a Divine Masculine deck, this actually has some really good things. I like that card. That's the best Wheel of Fortune card ever! And I would call it Fortune. Or Fate. I love it. This is actually a pretty good deck. I haven't decided to edge it. My husband says I shouldn't edge it, though. Sad. He dictates too much. And over here is my first, it's supposed to be an Il Mini Gallo deck, but it doesn't seem like an Il Mini Gallo deck. It probably is. I actually kind of believe that it is, but it's one of those, I didn't expect to get it in a mini deck. I thought I was going to get the full-size deck when I ordered it off of eBay. But instead I got a cute little thick mini deck. Look at that thick mini deck. And it's so teeny. Look at that. It is the teeniest deck I've ever had. It's so damn cute. But I keep dropping the damn cards to this thing. I really like this deck because it's mini and you could do a really big tarot spread with this and have a lot of fun. Actually, that's one thing that I really do like about the fact that it's a really mini deck is you can have a really huge card spread out here on the table or have a huge card spread and you have this little mini deck taking up only a small portion of the table. I don't really have too many table spaces because I have kids. But when I do my client readings and things of that nature, I actually, in a way, just use this black table that I have here when I'm showing you now. And that's what I use for my client readings. But dang! This deck, compared to the Epic Tarot, is so teeny. It's a teeny tarot. It's a baby tarot. And for being such a baby tarot, it has such thick cardstock. It's crazy. And one other deck to finish off my crazy deck haul is my own deck. This is my deck from MakePlayingCards.com, and I'll send the link down below if I can remember. Is MakePlayingCards.com. This is my own personal deck, and I'll do a full walkthrough of this here today, but after a while, because I think my husband wants to play a card game or something like that. But yeah, I'll do a walkthrough of this today and flip through the cards and talk to about the cards, and probably have a Rider-Waite-Smith card right here on the sides to compare and tell you why I chose certain images and why I didn't choose certain images and things of that nature. But this is my own MakePlayingCards.com deck, so I'm not going to distribute it, and if anybody asks me to distribute it, I'm going to politely decline. I'm broke. I can't pay off copyright infringements and things like that, so I'm sorry. And I do want to talk to Elle about this, because, or something regarding the MakePlayingCards.com if I can. But if she's too busy or can't get back to me, I can understand that. But, alright, this is a quick, brief deck haul, and I love you all, and I'll see you in my next video, which is probably going to be the walkthrough of my own personally made deck. I haven't worked with anything else yet, and I'll do walkthroughs of them later. But much love you all, blessed be.